about you, but I come here to fetch. Come to play a mass. I'm not leaving until I wet. Come to play a mass. I don't live my life with regrets. No, I come to jam on a bumper. Come to drink all the liquor until my head gone and I'm miserable. All down on the ground, I'm causing trouble. Look how the security I watch me. They don't know about me. I just mash up the place and I defect like a zombie. I do away. They don't want me in the party there. They don't want me cause I do one way. They don't want me in the party there. I don't listen to nothing to say. Every fat I throw jumping up.
What up? We're back again. I'm Derek. You already know. Donnie. Let's go. Now we have Dynell with Liming With Dynell here.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yes.
Yes.
She's here to share with us the culture of the Caribbean, so you guys can learn about it.
Yes, definitely.
Yep.
Yes.
Welcome.
Well,
Welcome to
thanks for
Reckless
having
Dialogue.
me. Thanks for having me. I really look forward to this and our conversation. Liming with Dynell and what it can bring to the awareness of the American people
Yes.
from the cultural point of view from the Caribbean people.
A lot of people don't know about it. Like, because going to the events,
Yes.
as you know, obviously,
Yes.
it could be very different.
Extremely different.
Yes. Now, let's go ahead and start off. How did you come up with Liming With Dynell?
You know, it's amazing actually because my brother Ephraim and I had discussed this, and we wanted to find a name that is all Caribbean, which we have Liming.
And what's Liming?
Liming. So there's so many. There's so many of I always say example of what liming is really like. And for me and my experience, so I will speak about my own experience. Liming, you know, is when we go down by the river, or we get together at somebody's house, and you will call it hangout, but we call it liming because now we're about
like a
to
kickback, hanging out with the family.
Exactly, not just the family but friends, and we have to start cooking. It's when the cooking and the drinks start happening and the music start playing. So all of that comprised of wherever you are, as long as we are gathered together, it's a liming thing going on.
Yeah,
because you have
vibes.
1, 2, 3, 4 people. It's like, okay, time to make a pot.
Yeah.
Time to bring out some drinks, and
Right.
that's where we're all about coming
drinks.
to. Yeah, don't stop the drinks.
Drinks.
Yeah.
And that's where that liming focusing on come about. But I started cooking.
Yes.
And I didn't just want to stay in the kitchen.
I'm gonna elaborate on that, on the how you
cooking
first
with-
started before
Well,
you became Liming with Dynell.
Yeah. So from the cooking point of view, is what I started off first. But I just didn't want to stay in the kitchen and cook because people already know I cook,
Right.
But in order for the American people to really get the right vibes about liming, I had to get out there. And that's when I talked to Ephraim, my brother, and said, wait, look, I just don't want to stay with cooking. What is? And he said, well, what about Liming with Dynell? And I have to say, yes, he is the one that really came up with that because he realized,
Good job. I didn't know that.
he realized, like, look, because by speaking with me and dealing with me on a day-to-day basis, he realized what I really wanted to come about, what I really wanted to project at that time.
Yes.
And Liming really covered all the aspects.
And now, so it did start with cooking, but now
Yes.
with Liming with Dynell,
Yes.
you're more elaborating, getting everyone to
Tune in.
be aware of like the music,
The whole culture.
Yeah.
Exactly. That
Yes.
covers
that
everything.
awareness. Yep.
Yes. That covers everything that what a Caribbean person is all about.
So, how long
In
have
Canada.
you been cooking at these events?
Oh my goodness. I used to be out there with my children, my boy and girl, and my brothers, and whoever is willing to come on out and help us for many years because we started off with Soca Passion.
Okay.
We was also with Nat's Dane, shout out to Dane, Soca Passion.
Shout out.
And Fire Cal with
Yep.
Camouflage. We went out for a couple of days. And that's how we started off and getting the community. One thing I really, really, really wanted to give out to the community was on the spot cooking. I didn't want to just cook and bring the food and light it up on there. What I did was you will see that fry bake go in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been
You-
with you on a few of these events, and
There were fresh
it's
food
fresh.
being made right before your very eyes, and to bring that culture back out. And there were events or there's different locations where they'll ask me, hey, would you like to come out? Because we have entertainers come in and they want to come out and have some nice food. And we were able to come out there and cook in front of the people, and that was really amazing.
So now, on the topic of food, I'm actually getting a little bit hungry. But what was one of your most popular dishes?
Good
I
question.
would say, a lot of people like. I would say I would call out three different ones. My fried bacon saltfish.
Absolutely.
No, we're going straight on to food, but we had other things to talk about.
Yes.
But we will start on that and we'll end later on. The fried bacon saltfish, because the flour was made right on site. It was prepared right on site. So you literally saw the bake being processed in
Yes.
front of you. And then we had the saltfish being cooked right in front of you with all the different ingredients. And people loved that, the aroma, the togetherness. Everybody just surrounded us.
And that brings them in too. As soon as they start smelling it.
Yes.
But-
And that was a wonderful time for us.
Yeah.
A great experience, I would say.
Nice. And what about
Just a
polari?
funny thing. So bake. What is bake?
I know you had to come up with something,
we
right?
Educating, right? We educating. What is bake?
Bake in Trinidad. First of all, in Trinidad, because that's where we're origin from, actually,
Yes.
where we come from. Bake is that particular dough that we would need with either flour and baking powder, maybe a slight yeast, little sugar. Now, in the different Caribbean islands, they will know it for fried dumpling,
Yeah, Johnny Cake.
Johnny cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there'll be a big argument about what it is really with the
Yeah.
different islands. So if I have three different islanders in front of me, they say I want a Johnny cake, and then they'll say like I want a fry bake. And and it just came a fried dumpling, and the
dumpling,
argument.
yeah.
But the argument was so funny. It's because each island wants to stand unique.
Yeah.
But the flavor and the aroma is the same. And we know what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And that totally give that experience for them. I would say the bacon saltfish. And the bacon
Yeah.
saltfish is like a fried,
That's
I would say a
absolutely
fried
one of my
pocket.
favorites, Yeah.
You
Fried
know,
pocket.
a fried, a fried pocket or a fried tortilla that is rolled up. You cut it open and you put that saltfish in there. And that is sauteed gently with some tomatoes and onions and gives it flavor of whatever you desire. Maybe some hot sauce on the side. and I would say that was my main one.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
That's good.
Since you started doing Liming with Dynell, I know you've been going out to these different parties and events and that nightlife.
Oh,
And you've been interviewing different DJs and everything like that, right? Who's one of the ones that's memorable? Memorable?
Yeah.
they all are really good and really unique because they all bring such a great vibes to all of us. I had to reach out to my friend Smitty. I've been knowing Smitty for a very long time.
Okay.
Red Assassin.
Yes.
And he's been out there, doing his thing. And I've seen his growth. For me, it's not just that moment. It's your journey to where you become, because we all have a journey. We all have a story. And by me knowing him personally from since back then to now, his journey has been great. I would say Natural Touch. I've seen their journey. And we all have been a part of the Caribbean community for such quite some time. And we can experience and we say, yeah, I've been knowing this person for quite some time.
How many years have you been on there?
How many years I've been? Oh,
Without telling your age. Because we know you're still 21, right?
yes. Wow, it's been over 10 years now. It's been
Yeah.
a long time being out there,
Nice.
knowing everybody. just either one-on-one or different events and stuff like that. I would shout out to Smitty. He's been one of our originals also.
Yes.
And there are many others. I mean, we able to call their
Absolutely,
names
yeah.
right now.
We'll put them in there. Yeah, don't worry. Very well respected.
Yes. Alan is also one of them. He's been out here for quite some time too. And yeah, they really bring a lot to the events when they come out and the great vibes that they bring their own personality. And
Yeah.
each one of them is very unique. So I can't just call out one of them. I just
Right,
pay
yes.
attention to those that came out. And that's out
My bad,
to
I'm putting you on the
events.
spot. Like,
I
yeah,
know,
who's
but
your
you try me.
favorite?
No, I'm not going to do that.
No, yeah.
But there's a
Who's your
few,
favorite?
you know.
I thought you were asking him parent.
Yeah.
Or no, asking the child.
Yeah, DJ Dreams. I mean, there's so many great DJs that I've been knowing throughout the years. And to see them at a young age and how we have grown and evolved to where we are right now, it has been really, really encouraging.
And
So-
their impact on the
what they-
community.
So what's
and everything.
the most rewarding part of Liming with Dynell?
Oh my gosh, really is going out there and meet the people. I really enjoy it. You know, when you're home and you're relaxing is one thing. But when you get out there and you meet your Caribbean people, you know, your song I like, your look I like, it's like, so where you from? You know, all of a sudden your accent really changed. It comes out.
Yeah.
It's like from deep within and you just bring that thing out because
Yeah.
you know, like, hey, this person is going to understand where I come from.
Yeah. Right.
Somehow you automatically think they understand you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somehow you just automatically think, hey, he's from where I'm from. She's from where I'm from. You know, and you can do that connection.
Yeah.
And you feel
Yeah,
that
you
connection.
get very comfortable and like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Even-
that's how I am. Like, yeah, when I start
It's
getting around island people,
totally-
like, yeah, it
totally,
just
because-
automatically come out.
because it doesn't matter actually what Caribbean island you're from.
Yeah,
Once you hear that accent, you actually goes out and say, so, where you
Like,
from?
where you from?
Where you from? The first thing is like, where,
Where you
you from?
from here? Where you
And
from?
that's been very rewarding in getting out there with Liming with Dynell. It have exposed me to more people and learning more about our own Caribbean culture and how they are right now in the United States,
Right. Yep. Especially in Houston.
especially in
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
You'd be
It
surprised.
feels
Like,
good
it's-
when you run into
there's a
someone.
lot.
and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
Yes, definitely.
and then. All right. Okay, so what month is Caribbean American Heritage?
It's in June.
June. Okay.
For Houston, let's clarify this.
For Houston,
For Houston, Texas, it is recognized in June. And I remember that first time, Donnie, I don't know if you remember this time when we went down to City Hall.
Yes.
And you recognize one of your friends from high school. She was baking cookies or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And we had a lot of display. What the mayor at that time really make sure and recognize the Caribbean culture and how we represent
Nice.
in the United States, not just the United States, but in Houston. But if
Yeah.
you look it up, you may find Florida has one, Atlanta has one, and these different areas
Yeah.
have one. It may be celebrated in different recognition month, but as of in Houston, and we do have events coming up for Caribbean Heritage Month. And if you stay tuned to my channel, we will bring some more to you. Definitely. So it's coming up in June.
So, and your channel?
My channel is Liming with Dynell. It's on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'll put up some more information on that. A little of TikTok, but definitely YouTube and Facebook, Liming with Dynell.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, okay, so along with the heritage month, so like the music that we have,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Go ahead and break down the genres for me.
Yeah, because really back in the days, we started with Calypso.
Yep.
And Calypso being where there's a message behind it, whether it is talking about someone or educational, but there is always
Political, yeah.
yes, political, definitely. There's always a message behind it. And as we started off with Calypso, we moved on gently to soca. Now,
Yes.
Calypso is more storytelling, and also soca is a storytelling also, but you have a little more upbeat vibes to that.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
You know, as we keep on growing and growing to what we know as of right now, being soca, or you have reggae, which would be dance hall.
Yeah.
You know, like you start with your Bob Marley, let's give recognition, whose recognition
Sean
is
Paul,
due.
you
And
know.
then they have all these other people come on, and we evolve. We have to give recognition from where it first started, which was Calypso.
Yes.
But then we have, grown to where we have more bass, so we add a little instrument, or we add a little different thing. So that's
Yeah,
where we first
yeah.
started off with Calypso, and then we move on to other areas and where the music is really evolved
And
to now.
it's one Parang.
Parang.
When do you normally listen to Parang?
Parang is definitely known for the Christmas time. So let me see. Maybe we can start maybe in October. I don't know if earlier than that, but October. And it's amazing.
I like Parang.
Yes.
Some of the lyrics, I'd be like, what did he just say?
It's really known from the culture really of our Spanish heritage.
Yeah.
And we, although we sing the song of Spanish, because that's what some of our backgrounds, because, in the Caribbean island, how it was ruled by different countries from England or Spain, and France. We still, it is so unique. And I love this about our Caribbean culture. We take a little of everybody. We don't say, you this and you this and you that. But we took a little bit from everybody and we made it our own. And that's how we see it, how Parang is more Spanish. So we speak, even if you're not speaking it fluently, we singing it fluently. And therefore we
I
started
just look
off.
like this.
And what is really in the culture that started off with it was that we'll move from house to house.
Yeah.
And sing songs and serenade, or just the enjoyment of moving from house to house, because the people will be baking cake, or we'll be doing pastas, yes, and homemade bread, and and all these. Don't sometimes you hit the fifth house, the sixth house, you're not drinking, and
You told by the end of the day.
and that's where everybody looked forward to that Parang. And even in Houston, Texas, some of my friends in Baytown or in Houston, we still keep that up to where you can visit house to house. It's very regulated. We're very safe out there. But that uniqueness of that culture is still around us. And I really appreciate that. And I look forward to this year. I really look forward to that.
I know, right?
Definitely.
So what would you say the challenges that you have with Liming with Dynell?
The enjoyment of it doesn't seem challenging. Because going out there and meeting our Caribbean brothers and sisters, it doesn't seem that way. Because any event that someone invite me to, whether it's All Fours, whether it's soccer, whether it is whatever they're doing at that time.
What? All what?
All Fours.
All
Fours.
fours?
Yes.
Hey,
All Fours
what's that?
is a card game.
Oh, okay.
It's a card game.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I'm
That was a new one for
mispronouncing
me. All fours.
No, definitely check Liming with Dynell. You're going to see a couple of them that I've done. And it's a competition. And the more I get out there, the more I learn. And that is so wonderful. Because I was invited by a few of my Trinidadian colleagues. And they say, hey, we're having this event. Would you like to come on out? But what happened is that it's a huge tournament that they will travel to Florida, maybe New York, and those people actually come to Houston.
Oh, okay.
And there's a great competition where
So
they
it's kind
play
of like
tag game.
spades?
I would
almost?
say that.
Like similar? Okay. Okay.
I haven't played it personally, but
we gonna
it's
have
a
to- we gonna have to
wonderful time. You
check that
really
out.
got to check it out.
Yeah, I'm about to check it out.
Check it out because they have a wonderful time. And the family, let's see, the guys came, their wife comes with them, and they make it a nice little vacation / fun time for them. And we greet each other. I saw how they greet each other. This one will cook today, somebody will cook out tomorrow. You
Yeah.
can tell I like food because I keep on talking about cooking. But that's
Well,
a togetherness.
I think that's
deserve.
important when you're introducing cultures to other cultures. Because there's food, music, and traditions.
Yeah.
Like we have Carnival, and our foods are way different from American food.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way different.
Yeah, so I'm really saying it's not challenging per se. I would say it's a joy to go out there and meet all my Caribbean people because they're not just from Trinidad, but they're from all the other Caribbean islands.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that when I get out there with them.
So is it curry chicken or chicken curry?
Look, I'm from Trinidad, and I'll tell you, I'm going with curry
That's why
chicken.
I had to say it. I had to do
It's
it.
just like you say stew chicken. So I'm going with curry chicken. Talk done.
Now, one of my favorite drinks is sorrel
Okay.
and Malta. I cannot stand Moby.
Bless your darling.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that one.
I like Moby. I said I like Moby.
You like Moby?
Oh yeah. I like it.
What exactly
like
is
it.
Moby?
So when my grandparents, we were in Santa Cruz, they really like a lot of natural stuff. So they wouldn't just buy something in the bottle. They would have, I literally saw the back of a tree. I don't know if they, whatever tree they found, don't tell me go look for the tree now, man. Oh gosh. There was a tree that is a Moby tree, so we're going to have to do some
The Moby
research on
tree,
that.
yeah.
That must be.
The Moby
But
tree,
the
okay.
back of it, because it's a slight bitter, they have aniseed and other herbs
Yeah.
that was added to it because it's a major coolant for you because
Yeah, it
of our
definitely tastes
weather.
healthy, but
It is healthy. It is healthy. And it's brewed, so it's drawn from the tree
Yeah.
itself. So if you do any type of research on Moby, it is extremely healthy for you. That it will give you that coolant because of our climate. You know, we're in Trinidad, you know, we're in the Caribbean islands, and you may see it hot, but it's not humid.
Right.
But we know you're out there, you're working, you're planting, whatever it is maybe you're doing, that drink really help you get that going, that energy, not just energy, but it cools that body.
Like
so you
your
keep
nutrients?
on going on.
Like
I would say the nutrients, you pretty much look it up, but I know definitely my grandparents really live for great herbs, and that was one of them. Just the Moby itself, and not adding too much of maybe brown sugar because we use a lot of brown sugar.
Yeah.
We didn't use a lot of these other
sugar
sweeteners.
cane.
And it was very good, very healthy actually.
Yeah.
A lot of healthy stuff as known growing up. Today, you know, even I was sharing today with someone. It's like we rarely ever go to the doctor. My grandmother say go out in the
Right,
backyard and pick
yeah.
up the fever grass, you know, and or the lime
fever
bud.
gra-
Yeah, it was the fever grass. Oh look, no, the lime or the lime tree, the lime bud or the soursop, the younger
Yeah.
part of it.
so what's up?
You know,
I remember
I
when
love bay
when we
leaf.
went to Trinidad before 2020. Like
Yeah.
we were walking down the street and he was like, "Look, Spanish time." I'm like, what? Right down the side of the road. like,
Yes,
yeah.
you know, and here you'll see it packaged for your time. At bay leaf, once I learned, I mean, we have trees of bay leaf, and it's
Yeah.
really good. You know, as young ladies, we want to drink that, and it really helps our stomach. And that was really where you will say Moby and other things came about
Yeah.
that people are now learning about it.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Some people, it's a unique taste, and some people don't like it. But you like it, and you don't like it. But
I
that's
don't.
okay. It's still good. It's still good.
Sorry. Whatever.
It's still good.
Just to get more of a background of you. What do you remember growing up in Trinidad as a child?
Oh wow.
Because you know when we went, you know when we did like the whole like exploring and y'all was telling me stories. Oh, this is the that clock thing in the middle by Arima.
Oh yeah, the dial,
Dial, yeah,
the dial, the velodrome.
yeah.
You know, really as a child walking to school.
Okay.
Everybody have Uber. Everybody have this, or their parents taking them, or the bus and
And
stuff.
that was very different for me. Cause like we would just walked out to the road and just flag somebody down and jumped in the car. Yeah, we're going by the main road. Give them some money, and then that was it. That was Uber.
Like the taxi
That's Uber
Ubers.
right
That. As a young lady walking to, I didn't realize the length that it took to actually get
To the main
to
road.
school.
To school, yeah,
To
okay.
school. It made me stop for a moment because you see where we were in Arima, and I grew up in Arima, and I went to the girls' RC school.
Yeah.
And we will walk. And my gosh, you walk before you go to school and then you walk coming back. And the fun time I happen, and I still do this today, I never go home straight. Could never get home straight. There will be a mango tree, a gugubef tree,
Right.
a pomerac
so
tree.
wait. So going back to Arima. So what about Aruka?
Aruka came afterwards because that was more
After?
business.
I thought that was before Arima.
No, I grew up in Arima.
Okay.
And then y'all came around when we were in
Yeah.
Aruka. But I grew up in Arima, going to school and going back and forth from Arima to
I
Mausika.
need to go ask my mom. Because I'm hearing two different things.
No, we were in Arima. I was in Arima first.
Okay.
I grew up in Arima. Y'all came when you come after me. Then that's when we were in Aruka. But
Okay.
I grew up in Arima with my grandmother, and she had a rum shop and a shop.
Where's Masuka?
Moscow is the back area of Arima itself because you have the main
Okay,
road of
okay.
Arima, and that is more of the back area, the back village of Moscow is what it's called.
So what do you house is that? That's
It's in Moscow itself, and
Okay,
you get down
okay.
to Cleaver Road.
okay.
But
okay.
I think my most fun memory is heading to school and coming back, not heading home straight.
Yeah.
You always get
Yeah,
something
every-
else
yeah.
to do on your way home. It takes you a little longer to get home than it did to get to school.
And everybody have a mango tree in their front
Oh,
yard.
look. You wait till you stone it down.
Tone it down. That's hilarious. I feel for mango chow.
So what's the most unexpected lesson you've learned from hosting your show?
I said the vibes of the people, they were very receptive. And they wanted people to know, I would say maybe the recognition of what they are doing. Meaning, if I'm interviewing someone, they have a story. And we all have a story. I'm not just interviewing somebody because I feel like it, or maybe because they're known. But it's for the people who they don't know, that don't maybe know them, and they've been
Yeah.
here in the United States for so long. They've been here in
Give them
Houston.
that platform to
Exactly.
Get the
That
message.
that was really an eye opening for me, and that's what I went searching for. The people that you wouldn't see every day, but they are there. The people that really came and did that platform for us,
Yes.
or that paved that way for us, and those are the people I really reach out to.
Yeah.
Is to get their history, to get their story, on what it is all about with our Caribbean culture, living in the States, United States, or in Houston, Texas.
Yes. With that being said, who's on top of your list of who you would like to interview? Like, it doesn't have to be the most one, but it could be a few people.
That you haven't interviewed yet.
Yeah.
I
That you,
haven't.
that you would really like for them to see and hey, look, I want to interview you.
So I will go with two people that's known and people, I don't know if they know this person, but the first one I'll say Kes. I really
Kes.
admire him and his growth, his music.
Absolutely,
It
yeah.
really
Like the music.
touches me. And from looking back at him as a young man when he first started and getting to where he is right now. Even what really interests me really a lot is through the hard times somebody went through and the point of giving up.
Yes.
There's your breakthrough. And I think he have had that, and that's where his breakthrough came because he talk about it all the time. I would say right now in Houston, Texas, I would like to see Father Owens because everybody known him as Rhythms,
Yeah.
Club Rhythms.
Oh.
And whether they
Okay,
know
okay, yeah.
the club itself or whether they're Americans or Caribbean people, everybody knew that there was this place right here
Yep.
Yeah.
that you can go to and hang out and get the real music
that-
and the
that was
real
some-
culture.
Back
That
in the day,
Yep,
that
back
was
in the
that
day.
was the spot. Yeah.
so hey, Father Owens, I'm reaching out to you. I know we
Yeah,
talk about it
absolutely.
shortly, but I'm
that's
looking
very
forward
staple,
to really get his input and his insight of how it first started and
Yeah.
what we have to bring to the community.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
that
that
sound
he
good.
took that chance way back then to bring our culture
Yeah.
to the United States.
And
I'm
that's
really glad.
whenever I was talking to you about doing the your interview here, and I was like, reckless dialogue is like, I do want to share that part, make that part aware. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's reckless, but you did take that risk
Yes.
that some people would consider reckless, and it worked out, right?
Definitely, definitely. It was a risk that Ephraim and I came about because we did a slight research
Yeah.
on what is really out there, and then it combined with my passion for the people in our Caribbean culture, in our Caribbean community per se, and that's what gave me that drive to really get out there and see, well, hey, let's see what we can do. And bring it forward, even if it's
Yeah.
just for a time, however it will run for, we all for it. But just take that moment to choose different, or whoever reaches out for us. I don't have to choose them. They really reach out to me most of the time.
Yeah.
And say, hey, you want to come out to this event? Or hey, you want to come out here? And I just run it by him and we take forward on that. We take the risk.
Yes.
We being reckless out there. Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, you did bring some food, huh?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yes.
So we are going to definitely maybe take a pause for a moment.
Yes, let's take a little.
Because I did, my joy and passion really and truly is cooking. And let me go back then to just give a little insight. When Ephraim would come downstairs and say, "Okay, you ready?" I say no. And he'll have the camera all in front of me or whatever have you. And to be honest with you, I wasn't ready. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to expect. But the joy for cooking was always there.
Yeah.
And that's where it came about. The joy and the love for cooking.
I could feel and taste the love.
Right? I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll go and eat like at Caribbean places. Like the way you cook is the bar for me. I can't eat everybody curry. Like, I'm very picky now. Like roti, especially roti. Like
Oh no, I can still eat it. But I'm like, I don't taste as good
but
as Dynell.
I'm going to judge. I'm absolutely going to judge.
And I make sure everybody who is around me learn about the step by step, because I can honestly say, if you don't have the heart and the joy for it, leave it alone. Step away, gather yourself, and come back again, because you want people to really enjoy your meal. You want them to have that love and that joy because of what you have to offer. And that's what it's all about. Where Liming With Dynell came about was the togetherness, how it brought so many people together. No matter what other island you're from, that food will always bring people together. They'll always say, even if they did it differently, or maybe their taste might be differently, they're fully aware of what it is.
Yeah.
And they would love to try it. And that's where my joy and passion came from, is looking to see the pleased faces when they bite into the bacon saltfish.
Nice and full and full of sleep.
Yes, or the roti. Or some of my friends really like the cow heel soup. And somebody say cow heel, some say the bullfoot soup. But in cold weather, doesn't matter what time we were out there, whether it's be hot or whether it's cold, and we have that soup right there. To this day,
Look,
I
I'm not
have
gonna
people
lie.
that really talk about
That's
it.
a good like hangover thing. Cow soup.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
After a night of
Everybody
drinking,
enjoy-
you
everybody
just get a cup of
enjoyed
that,
it.
you could be good in the morning.
Yes. And we were there really, and I always encourage my children, let's have fun.
Yep.
And with you, when you're with us, I say, let's have some fun with this.
Yeah.
We're going out there, it's an event, but let's have a good
I feel
time.
like I could relate too, because when I go out and DJ,
Yes.
and I see everyone having a good time and enjoying their time, I feel good. I'm
Yes.
like,
Yes. You're bringing something to the
Yep.
table. You're bringing that vibes that nobody else could give them. You have your own uniqueness. You have your own vibes, what you're going to play, and then you find the right music or the right rhythm, I would say. And you're trying to keep it that way. You're trying to keep that steadiness going because the people now being a part and they feel connected with you.
Yeah.
And you feel connected with them. And that's where that cooking and Liming With Dynell came about, is that I feel so connected with the people.
Yes.
And I want the American people to really experience that.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid of
And
it.
they usually like they fall in love. Like
Yes.
immediately, like, oh, y'all are fun. And then they start whining and everything.
yes. But
Without
definitely.
alcohol.
Whining is dance.
Yeah.
It's a dance.
We dance.
They're not
We
boo-hooing,
dance.
okay?
Yeah. So definitely we will move on. Let me go ahead and get some stuff prepared for y'all.
Yes.
And I'll bring it back here so we can definitely start partaking of it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, now
Yes.
for my favorite part. Okay, because I'm a fatty. So tell us about what we have here.
Definitely. You know, Liming with Dynell, like I did explain earlier before, is with us coming together, whether you're family and friends. And the food is such a great important part of this because it's the uniqueness that comes from the heart.
Yeah.
And today I'm like, you know what? We're doing this wonderful talk about our Caribbean culture and what we're about. So I went ahead and look what I did. I did some mini rotis. It's nice and hot still, right? So I grind my peas and I don't touch it up too much, my hand clean. And usually we do it bigger. So it's like a big, if for people.
We have mini roti here.
We have mini roti here. For people who don't know and not knowing about curry or roti, is because it's usually bigger. It's totally big, like 12 inches. And then you have your own toppings or your fillings, which will be chicken. We could have curry goat, curry chicken.
Yeah.
And for those vegans, hey, look, put some spinach and curry pumpkin. We good to go with some chana.
Some chana, yeah.
Some chana. It's still good with some nice hot sauce, and we'll show you the hot sauce later on. But this is what I did just for us for this evening to have a nice taste. Grind up the peas, put it in the flour, and roll it out.
Is all roti made the same? I know there's dal roti.
Dal puri.
Yes.
And then you have the bus up shot, the paratha. Now the bus up shot is when you get your flour and you do your ghee or either butter and you do it really nice and soft. And then when you place it on your tower, you beat it up.
Why do you call it bus up shot?
Because it looked like a bus up shirt.
Bus up shirt.
This is how I heard it explained to me one time.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know, you have one of them old shirt and it really beat up. It would look like that. And it's like, that looks like a bus-up shirt.
Yeah.
It's a bus-up shirt.
When I heard that little tidbit like back then, I was like, y'all are funny.
But it's really paratha.
Yeah.
But you know, we like to do a little twist.
Yeah.
Look for Trini doing twist. Or whoever it is came up with it. It was like a bus-up shirt. It's like a bus-up shirt. And throughout the time, it just keep twisting and twisting, but it still tastes really delicious.
Oh yeah, I love it.
It is really unique. It's really nice and hot when you have it. And there's a different technique in making this, which is your dal puri and your paratha.
Yes.
Yes, and it's still all good.
Y'all want to see how to make it? Go to the channel.
Yes, we're going to have that ready for you.
Yes.
I'm going to have to get that done. But
And now we have.
what do you want to say? Curry chicken or chicken curry? However you want to say it, it's still delicious. No matter what. No matter how you try, it's still delicious. With the potato, usually you will have it separated. But today I decide, look, none of us are vegan right here, so they're going to have it all in one.
Oh, yeah.
So we have the chicken, the chana, and the potato together. Usually I'll do the chicken separate. For somebody who may not want to have the chicken and they're just vegan, we could do potato and chana with a little pumpkin on the side.
Right.
That's what I like to do. And because I didn't have much time, and my loving mother decides she is going to do some pilau. So pilau is one of the things that we do in Trinidad, because then you could either use chicken, you could use beef, and sometimes she throw a little something in there. So I'm not going to tell you what is mommy something.
You know, she's like super healthy. So there's all types of like nice, healthy stuff in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of my brother always get the stoops. You know why? Because mommy just put a chunk of ginger in there. And then she did.
I got some trauma from that back in the day. I thought it was a piece of chicken one time.
Yes. How many times?
Whole mouth.
But it's healthy for you, though. It's healthy. Why you gonna be tripping? It's healthy.
It don't taste healthy.
And no, look, just pretend it's a piece of chicken.
Healthy, it just don't taste
But mommy like to do that, and I really compliment her. It have full of flavor. It's full of flavor.
It tastes good.
It really tastes
Just don't get
good.
caught slipping.
Yeah. And usually, if you don't have a good solo or something, we have some coconut water. And I did pick up some Malta, so my brothers and them will have something.
Yes.
So when they
Thank you
decide
so much.
do you wish to open that and let's bring it forward and see what the
That boy
Malta
open.
is about? Pour it in your glass. Pour it over here. Come over here so we can see it. That's it right there. Let me see. So this is your Malta. This is a non-alcohol beverage.
Yeah, I know. Even though it looks like beer, it looks like a Guinness.
Yeah, it looked like a malt, but it's really Malta. We call it Malta back in Trinidad.
Yes.
And obviously it's Malta, but it is a non-beverage, a non-alcoholic
Yes.
beverage.
Absolutely.
And it's really nice and soothing. So, hey, check it out. It goes good with anything you're going to eat. So
It really does.
advertising.
It's hold on, I'm gonna get a sip.
You want to get a sip? Okay, go ahead and get a sip.
Now, your pepper
Thank you
sauce.
so much.
You have to have pepper sauce.
Okay,
whenever
so
you're eating
to be
this.
honest with you, there is no label on this one. You know when you go to Trinidad and you have your family member
Yeah.
that hook you up, that really hook you up, this have been lasting for a very long time. The last time we took a trip to Trinidad was September, when Ephraim and I went down there for
Yes.
check it out. We went down by the river, Cora River. And this is where our family, our friends hook us up with this hot sauce.
It's nothing like it.
Check out Liming with Dynell. We went to Cora River and we did some good curry goat. And
right
we
there on
cooked
the
at
beach.
right on the river.
Oh, yeah, right
Is the
river.
river. So the beach. The last time we went to Maracas. So we do have a Maracas clip also where I went into Uncle Sam and we
Yeah.
did his fry bake and fish.
Yes.
Right there on Maracas Beach. So check that out too. It was a wonderful time in his kitchen. But this here, Sally and her husband hook us up with this hot sauce. So this is all homemade.
Now, what do you
Nice.
normally make the pepper sauce with?
That's our secret stuff.
But no, I mean it's just like a little because it's different from American pepper sauce.
Oh, definitely. So what we'll have, we call it Scotch bonnet, and some people might call it habanero.
Yeah.
But really, it's a different taste with your Scotch bonnet.
Yeah.
And you blend that up
different.
with whatever you have. You have your garlic, or some people use a mustard oil. Some people use the mustard. But there are different, it's your own special
Do you
techniques.
Do you put shadow benny in there?
You don't, no, you don't
No?
have to put shadow benny in there.
Okay.
You can, but like I say, everybody have their own uniqueness. Depending on their own culture, their own Caribbean background,
Yeah.
that's what your hot sauce comes about. So you could tell the difference to whether maybe you make it from Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Dominica, how it would be. But that aroma,
Yeah.
no, it's not store-bought.
Smells
That-
so good.
That
My mouth
aroma
waters.
is definitely. So why don't you all go ahead? I will check out my Malta. Oh, all right.
You know what? I'll do the
Yeah.
same. So let's cheers.
Cheers. I already
Cheers.
taste mine.
It's
Cheers.
okay,
What
it's
we
okay.
cheersing? What we cheersing to?
The
To Liming with Dynell.
Liming with
With
Dynell.
now, oh,
Yeah,
and
on the
reckless
show of Reckless
dialogue.
Dialogue.
As we come
Exactly.
together with brothers and sisters, we enjoying life.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cheers to y'all.
And here I'm showing you
Oh,
a
that's
coconut.
good.
Usually, like in Trinidad, when I went and get the doubles, check out that Liming with Dynell. We went out there, down by Tagarica, the savannah out there, and there are fresh coconut water being served up right there. That man cut that up right there. And I was fortunate, a friend of mine went ahead and said, oh, you like coconut? So they found this for me and they bought it, and it's coconut, the real coconut. But it's so unique. I thought that was very different. How it's done. I'm not advertising for anyone, but it really
It's a
got my
real
curiosity.
not live, but it's a real coconut.
A real coconut.
Yeah, real
It's really coconut. In fact, I wanted to know it's a real coconut, so I started chopping it open. I needed a cutlass.
I did open
Actually,
one the other day.
You did? Oh,
yeah,
God.
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I get the jelly out. Time I finally get it open, I get the jelly out. So that was good.
Yeah, right.
So I'm really pleased how they are really bringing it out for us. For those who like coconut, maybe not in the containers or the cartoon,
This
but
one is
here
more natural. I feel like it's better.
it is.
Yeah.
You may have to be a scientist to open this up, but other than that, you're all right.
Grab a hammer and beat that thing.
So if you all don't mind, go ahead and taste and get the flavor of what I've prepared. So you have your mini roti.
I'm about to dig in.
All right, here we are. And here you are.
Oh, nice and warm.
Yes.
Nice and warm. Oh yeah.
And you have this stuff. So how is it really prepared? Go ahead and fix
Now,
yourself.
this is what I would do.
What you would do?
This is what I would do. All right. So boom. If you don't mind, pass me that.
Okay, it's a little heavy here. So this is how it's made. And if you go to any of our Caribbean restaurants, they would either serve it to it when you request it, either in or out. So you could serve it together with it. And that is everywhere. Anywhere that you go that there's, let's say, curry and roti being sold,
Yeah.
they'll either want to know if you want it inside wrapped or if you want it unwrapped because you may be traveling or how you desire.
Yeah.
Whatever you
Normally,
desire.
if there's like rice with it, like some white rice or something with it, I would get it on the side and I'd just pinch it and
And dip it.
and
There
bite
you
it.
are.
So I do that. And get the pepper topping on now.
And usually you will get a little I didn't really get that today, but you could get some kuchila. Kuchila is another
Kuchila,
preservative that we'll use for mango.
I like to
The
put tamarind
mango.
sauce on mine too.
Tamarind
Yeah.
sauce is good. You know, you usually have that.
Now, also be careful with this. You don't want to put too much on. So you have literally just like 3 dabs on there.
That's enough?
You don't want to put too much on
because
it.
you want to be
Don't
able to
eat the
fold
whole
it
thing.
up. You just hungry. You want to be able to wrap it up and really enjoy it. And many times if you would say it and I have to explain it to someone if they don't know what a roti is, and one thing you don't in Trinidad, you don't hand the person the pepper. You put it down and then let them pick it up. I don't know why, but the old people say that. So you wouldn't start fighting with each other. I don't know.
Put it down.
It's the same thing like don't work on a ladder or something.
Yeah.
But don't hand the pepper sauce. Just put it down and let them pick it up.
Okay.
And that's
I think
how
I
that's
did
how
too
it
much.
is.
I'm about to die.
But why are you doing too much of everything, Derek? That is too much for that thing. Yeah, and the
you will do
uniqueness about roti is grinding up the peas.
Get a little bit of everything in there.
You're grinding up the peas, or you're having the flour just right, and you bring all of that together. So I really like enjoy doing that.
That is really good.
Well, thank you.
That's
Yeah,
really good.
I put too much.
You see, this one I just had to fix it for him.
Okay. Pray for me because I think I put too much pepper.
Big back, big back.
To enjoy everything you do have to put just a little, and whenever anyone is invited, you okay over there?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
You good?
Oh.
Take a little sip. Take a little sip of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
I'm trying to behave myself. I don't want the camera to see me eating like a caveman. So
Well, I'm glad you all
wanna take another
enjoy it
bite.
because that's what all the Caribbean flavor is about, all coming together
Yeah.
and having that uniqueness, that togetherness with all the Caribbean islands. And if you all don't mind, I would really like to give some nice shout outs. I have
Yes.
absolutely.
my shout out. When we were recognizing the Caribbean Heritage Month, some of the restaurants that really was very hospitable to us when we did our interviews there of the different people in the community. And I have to say shout out to Tropical Diner. That was one of our restaurants that's located in Katy, a Caribbean restaurant. And then we have a J&D known as Sorrel now. They were started J&D. They're known
Oh
as
yes,
Sorrel.
yeah, that's nice,
Yes,
nice place, nice
that
people.
is really
Absolutely.
nice. They're
Haven't
very
been yet.
hospitable. They have a lot of events coming up, so please stay tuned. Check with them, look them up. They are on social media with actually on Facebook
Yes,
and also Instagram. Sorrel. Then Reggae Hut. Reggae Hut. I made a handsome gentleman and I asked him permission. I did an interview there, and Reggae Hut really opened up their doors for us. And a lot of people, it's been there for years, different management, but they continue to grow and they continue to be
man, I have to
recognized.
check them out. I haven't heard about
The
them.
Reggae Hut,
Okay.
yeah, it's off on Southmore down, maybe 288 down on that side, 59. Go check them out, Reggae Hut. And then we have Jamaica Paradise. That is a great young man. He started off and he's doing wonders at that place. In fact, he was recognized one of the best sauce in the competition. Whether it's jerk sauce, you have a mango sauce, you have many sauce. And and he's doing great wonders. He's out in the Cyprus area. So
Yes.
go check him out in Jamaica
Cyprus,
Paradise.
okay, that's
Yeah,
that's
of a
pretty close.
mushki. right
Oh,
up there. I
okay,
mean,
yeah.
yes, definitely
you.
go check them out. And then we have the Caribbean Curry Spot. This is my homeboy from years. These are one of the pillars of the community.
Yes.
Mo.
Oh, okay.
Mo
yes,
will give you some doubles. What do you say? A double a day save you? I don't know, but I had to go back there again. But Mo is really good. It's the curry spot. I did an interview over there, and they were very hospitable, very inviting. They have great food, so do check them out.
They have doubles.
Yeah, double.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to check
They
that out.
doubles.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, island flavors.
Yes.
They are doing great things. They have karaoke on Friday nights as
Okay.
ladies' nights. Go check them out, everybody. Not just because it's ladies' nights, but they're very accommodating. They're very accommodating. They're very hospitable. I really, really enjoy them. Husband and wife, they're very young and established in themselves in the Houston community. Actually, I think they may be down Pearland. They're really out in Freakway. Freakway where they are.
Okay.
It takes you a little minute to get down there, but it is worth it for their salmon roti.
Oh,
Salmon roti. You've got it's worth the
Okay.
trip. It's worth the trip. And every time I check them out, either on Facebook or on Instagram, they
That's
are
different.
always
Salmon roti?
doing
I wasn't expecting to
something.
hear that.
Salmon roti, they had it, and their drinks are phenomenal. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you want that experience, really check out Island Flavors, and they
Okay.
will give you that. They're definitely will
And
drop the
we'll
ball on
put
that.
where they're located at on
Definitely.
somewhere right here somewhere.
Yes, definitely. These are some of the Caribbean islands that I actually visited. They were very hospitable because we did interviews there. So
Nice.
please go check them out. That's a great shout out to them.
Yes.
That hey, we still keeping up, we still keeping in touch, and we are definitely supporting each other in our Caribbean community.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Well, that's it.
For the shout outs.
Yes. If we miss anybody, it'll be in the credits somewhere.
Definitely. And so what are your plans next? What do you have coming up?
My project together with Ephraim, my brother, we're looking to do maybe a documentary.
Okay.
And these are documentary with people who have been in Houston or in the States for quite some time from the Caribbean community
Yes.
who came and did that platform, who came and paved the way for us to follow through. So I'm actually looking for people, I'm reaching out to people that really have their story and is willing to share it with us. To say, hey, this is what we did.
That's
and
awesome. That's
we have children, we have grandchildren.
Yes.
And we have family, brothers, sisters, cousins, and how it started the journey from whatever island they came from to where we are and how they got established and what they went through their journey. Whether it was easy, whether it was tough, whatever they went through,
Yes.
we would really like to be a part of that and learn that history from that.
Now, how would someone get a hold of you?
Well, definitely on Instagram. I do that, Liming with Dynell. And I'm on Facebook, Liming with Dynell. And also in YouTube. Definitely YouTube because all of my videos are on YouTube.
Yes.
Liming with Dynell.
Yes.
Our journey when we went to Trinidad last year, it's a 4-day lime. We went and checked out Maracas. We checked out Coral River, like I said.
Yes.
We also did, we went San Fernando Hills. And we also
Nice.
check out the marketplace. And Maracas with Uncle Sam. Reach out to Uncle Sam. Hey, I got to go visit you again. He gave us a total tour of the kitchen and how it's being prepared for that bacon fish.
And it's Liming with Dynell.
Liming
Same
with
on
Dynell
all social media.
all social platforms.
Okay.
Yes. Liming with Dynell.
Yes.
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to seeing
Well,
what's next.
Once
Yes.
you tune in, because not just June being Caribbean Heritage Month, American Caribbean Heritage Month, but come July there are more events coming up, Caribbean events that I know everybody would like to be a part
Yes.
of,
Yeah.
and like to really have a
Oh, yeah.
taste of the Caribbean, a taste, just a little taste,
Just a little bit.
just a little
And
taste.
it's all family friendly, and bring your
Yes.
kids. If not, don't bring your kids.
It will be noted. It will tell you what
Yes.
where you can bring your kids and stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's all fun. It's all Liming with Dynell. That we always have fun and the togetherness or the love that we really bring to the community.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yes.
That sounds great. Sounds
Yes.
great.
Thank you very much
Yep.
for blessing our channel.
You're
Thank
so
you.
welcome.
Grace.
You're
Yes.
so welcome.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. It's my
sharing
pleasure.
more of our culture
Yeah,
with
definitely.
everyone.
And the recognition.
Yes. And
It's
yeah,
my
go
pleasure.
check her out, man. It's very informative.
Yeah.
Very.
You'd be surprised. Like,
Yep.
yeah, it's a lot going on.
And anytime you see me here, just reach out, just wave. It's okay. You know, we're here for everyone, and especially like you said,
Yes.
Yep.
Always
That's what it's all
advice.
about.
Liming with Dynell and Reckless Dialogue. Thank you very much for having me on your platform. It's been a pleasure, so that I can actually give forth some of the things that I really enjoy doing.
Yes. All right, now I'm about to eat.
Yep. Yep. Peace.
Break this dialogue, baby.
Till next time.
I do away.